Thing is, you only got to fuck up once.
Shout out to me and Pete Rock, you heard? Shout outs to True Records. True Soul, you heard? Shout outs to True Soul Records, Pete.
Far can stop it. Pain on paper, I return to a profit. My soul so dope, ain't no telling when I'm stopping. I used to put 28 Grizzlies on the skizzies, but nowadays I'm throwing out records like a frisbee. Pete said kill the beat, I said cool. Howie said they frontin' on you, I said who? Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'ma tell the truth. Every time I make a move, I listen to me rhyming, nigga. Something in the groove, military minded, so yeah, I move tactical. Beloved, throw the budget shit. Nah,
Peace, beloved.
Yo.
Yeah, you know, we vibing. Ain't nothing,
So
just
what,
motivated for a greater new year, that's all. You know what I mean? Happy New Year to you.
Listen.
More success to you. I see you doing the righteous thing, man. I can't wait for the album.
Listen, man. I just play my part, bro. Keep it a buck. I really just play my part, man. You know, I don't really. Listen. I heard a lot of stuff you was talking about, man. And know what's funny is that at one point, bro, I forgot what support looked like. But what it taught me was that how I learned what support looked like is not necessarily what it is, bro. You know what I mean? And not even in a bad way. Not even in a bad way. I realized that family and friends, bro, this is my personal philosophy. They're not supposed to support us, man. They're supposed to love us, man.
Right.
Supposed to, and even that shit is a task at times, right? Support from strangers, for some reason, feels more supportive because they'll go out and do the things that people that love you and like you won't do. And it's not a monetary thing. They will take that. They'll make an effort that we normally don't make, right? So that topic has been a topic that for me, bro, has honestly, like, probably low key, not even say plagued me, but has been one of those things like, damn, man, what does support really look like? What does it feel like? I mean, how do we really govern and manage support from people that say they fuck with us? And then when you really see it, you like, the people that support you are never you, bro. And I'm not even getting no biblical because you my nigga. Check it out. On the album, on Dope Boy Soul, there is a reference to, and I'm not a biblical quoting guy, bro, but it's a thing on it. It's Matthew 13, I think, part 53 or something like that. Matthew 13:53, and it says, "A prophet is without honor in his own land," right? And when I heard that a prophet is without honor in his own land, it means that people can never look at you past what they knew you as. They'll never look at you as what you have become. They'll remember you as a little kid that used to have the dirty sneakers on the block. I know your family, I know your sister, I know your brother, I know your grandmother. Man, fuck that nigga. Like, you know, it can't, and it's hard for them to see you past that lens because it's hard for them to see themselves past that. So when that happens, we get, I ain't gonna say we, when I say we, I'm talking about myself too. As a collective, we think support comes in droves. Nah, man. Support doesn't even have a face. It's a feeling. It's a feeling, and it's an energy. And it also arrives in the place we least expect it. And it doesn't look like what we think. Support does not look like my brother. Support doesn't look like my mother, my cousins, my friends. And I had to realize that shit. And not because of a tour, but just over the years of me putting in the work, bro, I realized that the people I got support from were never and then when people that I fuck with, I don't get mad at them because I know it's hard for them to support themselves sometimes. Right? So, I mean, and these discussions, I think, are absolutely incredible because I feel like they're very much needed. Because I heard you make a reference, and I respect everybody's view. But to me, personally, I used to view it like that too. I really did. So I don't disagree. I gotta put a big scar on my face. Fuck on my shit. Yeah. But now I had this fucking huge
That's
I
how we
popped
look.
this shit went crazy, but I don't give a fuck. But now yeah, right. So now man, I realized that and not to get caught up in that and learn how to be present. Because presence, when you present, that's where your progress is at. To me, put it like this: your progression is not in your past; it's in the present and the future, bro. And as long as we subscribe to our own present, we have a better chance of shaping that future. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like what we think it looks like at all times. And I think, and it's easy because, and know what's funny about it? And I always respected everybody's view. There's times when I disagree with you and I hit you, I'll be like, bro, that was crazy. But when I do it to you, it's not a disrespect. Oh, fuck what you talking about. Like, bro, I'll be like, yo, that's bugged out. That's bugged out. And I'm talking to you about it. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, oh shit. I'm like, yo, you know, like how do we arrive at some form of correct action?
You muted?
Oh yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, I don't know what the fuck's happening. Yeah, so now I'm saying that because I'll see it and I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, I'm sitting and I'm really just like, put this music back on. I'm really sitting there and I'm trying to control myself from a standpoint of like, really having a better understanding, because a lot of us get caught up in that. It's easy to keep niggas divided.
Yeah, I hear you. That's the whole thing that bothers me is the simple fact of the division. I don't know anything about that type of thing. I've always been a supporter, a giver, even in times when people disagree with me. You dig what I'm saying? But the people who disagree with me, I appreciate the support comes in that aspect from me. I appreciate people more when they sit back and they be like, hold on, they hit me. They be like, yo, big bro, what's up? This is this. Like how discussions for me and you, per se. We go so far back. We go back like Stan Smiths and Tube Socks. So like to understand your dialogue, I understand it, I respect it, I take it in, I absorb it, I think about it, because it's a little bit more different. The love is genuine. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people bear that type of fake stuff, and that thing throws me off a lot, because even though I've supported people that haven't returned it, I don't care about that aspect. It's just the fact that if you don't support somebody, you don't deal with them, don't act like you do, and then you go off and then you around people that deal with that person, and then you throwing wrenches in the thing because of your own personal aspect, and that can bear bad fruit. You know what I mean? I've never been that type of person.
I'm gonna tell you something, no. And you said the most important thing. You never been that type of person. They are. And it's not your. And honestly, it's not either one of our cross to carry. Because know what's going to happen. Now, they got it. There's no way they're gonna yield positive fruit out of that. And not even on no Malcolm X time. It's just a fact. The universal law, my nigga, it's gonna catch up with you. There's no way they're gonna escape that. No way. There's no way a nigga can keep doing dirt and think he's gonna get a watermelon out the ground. And all you doing is digging up dirt, planting no seeds. There's no way you getting fruit out of that. I don't care what side of the coin these niggas is on. So I looked at it and I'm like, yo, nigga, I remember one time, bro, if I even told you half of this shit, fuck, I got a story. You know how story telling me is always funny, right? So I had a nigga. First of all, my number hasn't changed since the barbershop, nigga. Anybody in this joint that got my number can call me, right? Do I always hit right back 5 minutes? No, but 98% of the time, a minute's gonna hit you back. Even sometimes when I don't want to hit back, but that became what my own personal bondage. Everything don't deserve our attention. Everything don't deserve an explanation. And guess what I learned in the last 2 years? That no period is a complete sentence, my nigga. I don't have to explain why. I don't have to tell you why I said no. I don't, because you don't ask me when I say yes, period. Because it's serving them. But when you tell niggas no, and it don't serve something that they got an agenda for you, then it becomes, oh, niggas is acting funny. No, I'm not acting funny. You're acting funny because you never asked me no shit like that before. So why we going to start now, right? And then when you have enough presence to say, yo, this ain't it, niggas get funny with you again. So we as black men have to learn fellowship and learn how to not just carefully. If I got a problem with you, everything don't have to be addressed via social media, right? Or in the street or wherever. But everybody don't come from that fiber. But it's funny when it happens to everybody else. Niggas we giggle and kiki. I'm speaking as a collective. But as soon as it happened to one of us, you're like, yo, niggas could have pulled it to the side. But at that point, it's too late because it don't happen. Why? Because we're going to filming it. For what? Because everybody's addicted to some form.
No, you look. Most is addicted to the fact of what's going on this.
Yes, right? Now, I find myself, bro, I looked at my fucking time one day. It said screen time. I was on the phone, bro, over 10 hours in there. I said, how is this possible? We get on these joints and we start spiraling, nigga. Looking at pictures, I'm going to go ahead for 10 minutes. You wake up in the morning, I'm going to check my gram, see who hit me. It's 7:30, 8:35, you like, God damn, an hour flew by. Then 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, you check it again.
Days half damn near over.
Niggas is spending time on social media like that shit is a fucking job, nigga. Like it's niggas pulling 8-hour shifts on this shit. And they pulling the shift, and as they're pulling the shifts, nobody's saying, nobody's present. So we lose a lot of power.
Everybody's looking at real life through a camera.
Word, bro. And as we're doing that, it turns into a whole thing. And the thing that it turns into is not something that I feel like it should be. But that comes back to the self and lack of self-discipline. Nigga, right. I lack self-discipline on social media. I can say that. I'm not proud of that, but it'd be like, yo, I get on this shit, I'm like, fuck it. And I'm looking at how
you get caught up, and just like you said, it'd be spiraling. So once you do this, you already caught up in. Now you don't see nothing else. It's like you
look up, bro. You look up.
2 years gone.
You look up and
you look up 2 years gone.
I guarantee you, if people looked at how many hours they spent on social media, their phones alone this year, that should be equivalent. It will be equivalent to having another career, like 8-hour day shifts. Damn near.
Hey, yeah, I noticed something that's so real about it. A person will not listen to you face to face. Like if somebody asked you something about Amir, let's just say the tour that you just came off, the successful tour you came off all around the globe. Let's just say somebody asks you something about that only you know, right? You tell them, right? Then somebody that wasn't even on the flight that went out there to UK or, wherever you and Pete was at, somebody who was on the East Coast in the Western world is sitting on the corner talking about, nah, that nigga Amir was just over here last week, when I know for a fact that he was just over here and he went shopping over here and this, that, and the third. People tend to believe that instead of believing Amir and what Amir did and how Amir's trip was and what he accumulated over that. They tend to listen to people that ain't never been nowhere, ain't never took a step forward or nothing.
I'm gonna tell you why though, Endo, because it's easy, it's more palatable, it's easy to digest, and they're in the same place where it's a comfortable. It's like going to the buffet, my nigga. And if you're used to eating this food, it's easy to digest that shit because this is what you're used to eating, and it's coming from somebody that you know, right? Niggas, and I find it crazy because most people won't celebrate. We won't celebrate. Oh, we're not celebrating each other in that format because people feel like if they celebrate you, it becomes an indictment to not celebrating themselves. And I found it very interesting, bro. Like, I can celebrate anybody that I love, like, or don't even know, right? Because when you have your small successes or larger ones, it's easier to celebrate people when you've succeeded at. What if I wanted to learn how to ride a bike and I succeed? That's still a success. It's a goal. I accomplished it, and now that goal becomes a thing. But when people don't have and they don't know how to do that, it's very tough. And especially in our communities, bro, amongst black men, celebrating a black man that you personally know, not unless everybody else is celebrating him, is not something that we do.
And that's the poison.
We have normalized.
That's the poison that cripples us, though. And I was saying this over the years. I said, yes. I look over I look at a lot of things as far as music, acting, or entrepreneurship. It's a lot of blacks. It's a lot of our people out here. Our race can be like how the Black Wall Street was before. It's just that the separatism, the division, it's the mental fogging. That's what it is. It's that I don't want you to be better than me, but I don't understand that concept, because where we came from some shit. Let's be real. Everybody came from some shit. If you grinding and you grinding hard and you not paying attention to nothing else, you got your blinders on, that means you focused on getting away from the BS, the poverty line that you feel that is crippling you. A lot of people that claim that come from that, right? They see a person that came from the same thing that can help their situation. Like, let's just put it in, for instance, my story. You know, I ain't come from too much. I ain't come from like abandoned parents. I had parents that abandoned me, or I grew up in bandos and none of that. But I grew up where this shit was hard. And for me to go through what I went through, and I went through what I went through, and now I'm a business owner. You know what I'm saying? I own a business, no game discounts. Look me up, follow me. I'll get you the best discounts on everything. But I try to go back to the neighborhood. You know, me serving as a big bro to a lot of brothers in the neighborhood, me learning what I learned by myself, how to become a business owner, get your tax EIN number, everything for us LLC and everything. I learned it all by myself. I went back to the hood and I told my brothers, I said, I don't care. It's open to you. I want to teach y'all, because this is what we need to be doing. It's not just generational wealth for my family. It's generational wealth for my people. I'm trying to put everybody on that don't know how to do this.
You said three things to me that already triggered me. You went back to the hood to help niggas that didn't ask for the help. This is where all of us fuck up.
Right.
And this is where we get killed at. Because they look at us like, you better than me. You think you better than me? Why are you telling me that? We know that is 90, 80. Matter of fact, I'm going to throw a percentage. Over 70 to 80% of the time, that's what's going to happen. You think you better, or you think, fuck you telling me for? No. The hood they're gonna come to you when they see you getting it, nigga. They're gonna come, and those are the people that want to learn. See, you can't pour in the people that got acid in their cup, bro. You can't put water in acid and think there's gonna be
Right.
think the water's gonna be drinkable, bro. It's not. That's not gonna happen. So that is a huge mistake that we feel like we owe it. Your hood is already should be thankful that you serve as a beacon of hope through example, right? I heard years ago that this make it out the hood shit mentality that we have, and some of us have lived in. I lived across the street from you. Both our families fucking immigrants. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case, we don't gotta get. We know what it is already, right? Your sister babysitted me. This sounds crazy. This is. Used to whip my ass.
We family, like we family.
To me, but it. Yo, but the crazy part was this. Every artist in the last 5 years that got killed
in the hood.
Where they get killed at?
Their hood, actually. Their hood.
Whether they put stores there, whether they was giving advice there, whatever they was doing, the people that they went back to help without them asking had so much malice in their heart, bro. Took niggas with them. So if that doesn't serve as, when niggas want help, they'll find it. And you have to be wise enough to give it to them when they need it. So that's how, to me personally, I would get back in 2023 and 20, since I've seen the shit we've seen, because it doesn't really serve us. Because nigga, I've seen niggas look at me I've gotten into arguments. Me. And people don't know I have a bad temper. People who know my temper's fucked up. If you heard a man got to some shit,
yeah, exactly.
You'd be like, yo, what they do to that nigga? You was first. You gonna be like, yo, if he did something, y'all did something to this nigga, and I guarantee whether he did it to or whatever, it was absolutely warranted. Because there's no way
that's right.
Can fly off the handle. But I'm human. I'm human and I'm capable of error. But when I saw niggas trying to pull me out to argue as bait for other shit, I realized in myself, like, this is not about the nigga, it's about the spirit.
It's not good, so you got to get away from it.
You got to remove yourself. And I don't give a fuck if they call you a sucker, call you pussy. I'm alive, though. And learn to live with that shit, because if something wasn't happen to you, first thing niggas say,
oh, he was stupid. Word.
Over there?
He shouldn't have went there.
So, giving people advice that didn't ask for it, I've learned, is usually never a good idea. Even though your intention in your heart was pure, and that's what counts. Because they say God knows your heart, right? So if he knows your heart is in the right spot,
don't matter what nobody else feels.
Niggas think. Because you knew this was in the right place. And when somebody come to you, yo, let me tell you what I did, man. You want this tax? Let me show you how you set it up. Then they go about their business. What's going to happen? That nigga going to go back to her. That nigga, so, help me set my shit up. But were he helping niggas? Then niggas going to come. But 90% of the time when you go give it to them,
it's like this.
They think they think you talking down to them, right?
Real.
In most cases. Come on, nigga. We know about between Mount Vernon and New Rochelle alone, how many niggas got packed up in the last 5 to 7 years? Artists, people, cases unsolved, all kinds of shit happening, right? And people are, we have a tendency, the value on black life, it bothers my soul, my nigga, that we don't value it.
It hurts me too to even sit here and to be like it really, I can agree with you on that, man. It really bothers me that how we view one another as black people, man. It's very ridiculous, because we don't need to. We don't need to be out here viewing each other like that. If you feel like I ain't worthy of something, put me on to make me worthy. You know what I'm saying? Show me the lane I need to travel down to go from unworthy to worthy. I'm going to do the same for my brother, man. I wouldn't care how they view me, just like you said, as long as I know and as long as the higher power knows that my heart, where my heart was at, I can't fault nobody for being like, maybe they discouraged by it. Maybe they not ready. You know what I mean? And that's the view I'm going to carry into 23. I'll always be here for my brother, for my sister, for whoever wants to come and get this. Knowledge is fruit, is food. It could be 20 years from now. Allah allows me to stay on this earth long, inshallah. I'm here. I'm here. I am that beacon. I'm pretty much, you know what's been going on with my life the last couple years. So going into 23, I'm a value little bro's name a little bit more. I'm going to start doing more positive things, like opening up a lot of positivity in my life and allowing light to shine on me, not just being the light to shine on people. I need light too, because sometimes I'll fall off into the darkness and I might be and it might just be somebody that could be that light, like, oh, hold on, bro, you tripping. And that might be enough for me to be like.
See, what's funny? And that's where to me, that's where the growth is at. The growth is in being able to tell somebody, yo, you tripping and you bugging out, and them not getting offended, because they can look in your eyes and be like, bro, if I'm bugging and none of y'all niggas tell me, hey, you bugging,
they're not my people.
Then y'all not my friends. If I'm bugging and nobody says a word, how can I?
But you got love for me. But that's the thing that bothers me, is that the love comes, but it don't come in the form of something. I mean, it don't even come in that form. It'll be like somebody will portray to love you, but won't. I mean, sometimes we all can be so into something we don't see behind it. And we got people who love us that can see behind that, like, hold on, I see this about to hit you head on. Let me move you out the way and realign you real quick. They'll let a lot of people let a lot of our people will let us crash out just for the fame, just for the glory. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice something. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice something to realign yourself. And I've been through so much to where I gave up a lot of things to realign myself. And being grateful to have friends / family all these years. We go, man, we gonna go a couple decades, man. We gonna talk about, I ain't gonna say how old we are, but we old, nigga. We've been down for so long. You know, I appreciate and I value you as a person, not the person you became, but the person I already knew you was, because the person I already knew who you was is the same person I'm talking to right now. With just a little bit more growth. You've always been here and you've always seen things. Just like in the song you said, you said something about the gates open and people thought I was signed to Rock Nation. They thought you were signed to Jay. Back before, let's talk about it. When we was teenagers, you was on that route where you was next to Jay, and everybody don't know a lot of things. And it taught you a lot far as the game. Being in different types of fields.
They took me up there, man. They took me up there a while back, and I ended up having my thing muted. I ended up having a meeting up there, man. And when they took me up there, bro, it was it was like a thing. And I don't know, it was wild, man. But it was like one of them situations where when I did have the meeting, it was like, it was unorthodox. It wasn't like when I met Jay and I sat down with him, it wasn't like something that they planned. It was one of those things that when it happened, I was kind of like in the position of like, yo, Tracy Waples walked me in. I sat down with Jay, had a 35 minute meeting. And I seen him a couple times after that. And what I learned in that meeting, man, was just about access and visibility, man. And he was talking to me about how he owned the part of Pepsi Cola or Coca-Cola at the time or some shit like that, and he had helped design some of the soda cans, like the cans for the Olympics, like little slick shit. And then he was talking to me about how he felt about that Crooks and Castles clothing line. And then we was talking about we talked about merch and X, Y, and Z. And when I finished, by the time I finished the meeting, he said, yo, he said, you design too? I said, nah, but so I handed him a CD that I had made, one of my first mixtapes, and then he thought I had a portfolio for fashion, but my man Brandon had made a hoodie for him. And when he made the hoodie for Jay, we gave the hoodie to Tracy Waples. We made a hoodie for Tracy, and we made one for Jay, and then we gave him the hoodie. That's a whole nother story what happened with the hoodie, 2 hoodies, but that was my brush with Jay-Z at the time. And then, but I probably got my deal with Tommy Boy, I guess / Warner Brothers at the time, was because they heard that Jay sat with me. So I probably got my first deal was
just that meeting, the meeting.
Sat with him.
And that's, look, sometimes that's all it takes. Somebody of that caliber, somebody of that stature, somebody of Pete Rock stature. We talking about legendary people here. You up there with them. See, a lot of people don't understand like the journey that you travel. You travel down the road to get where you at, and me knowing you, I know you feel like you still ain't there. I know you still hungry. I know you. I know you know you. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing to know you all this time and watch you along your journey. I'm so proud of you, bro. I'm very proud of you. I'm so much of excited. I'm a fan. At the end of the day, I ain't scared to say I'm a fan of somebody that I know and I love and is genuine, that I grew up with, and he's actually doing his things. You put the work in. You inspire me. You know what I mean? You really inspire me. The talks are deep. Man. I just want to wish you the best success, a happy new year, prosperous new year. I'm still waiting for the next show in the city. I want to pop out. I need that energy.
Now, listen. Now, I got you, man. We doing January the 14th. Excuse me. We had a Brooklyn Bowl. This is with Pete Rock and the Soul Brothers. Now, for the record, to clear the record, I'm like an honorary member of the Soul Brothers. I'm not actually, but if the Soul Brothers do a show, it's like a 95% chance I'm gonna be there, right? But Soul Brothers consist of you have Daru Jones. If you don't know who that is, these are world-class musicians. Daru Jones, he plays with Jack White, all on kind of people. He's on tour. You have Mono Neon. You ever see the Instagrams when the dude is playing the bass guitar and people talk?
That live concert that you did is fire. Those was the guys that you did some live sit-ins with, right? That's the same group?
Yes. Yeah. So you got Mono Neon. You have Big Yuki. He plays with a ton of people. I mean, these guys, you have Marcus Machado, Jermaine Holmes from D'Angelo's Vanguard, Marcus Machado. They call him the next Jimi Hendrix. You have Christopher McBride. You have Yannick Watt. He's one of the greatest string players on the planet. They call it. They have these huge symposiums around this guy, and then you have Brandon Newsom, right? And most of these guys on that stage got Grammys. Even Pete got a Grammy. Yeah, these guys is Grammy-winning musicians. I'm the only nigga up there without no goddamn Grammy.
You know what that means? Yours is coming. Yours is coming because that's a magnet thing, man. That Grammy's like a magnet, man. It's only gonna pull what it attracts. And you there, you surrounded, you're surrounded by all them Grammy winners, and that's amazing, man. You on your way, man. I can't even express how I'm so excited for you, more or less, just knowing you and just knowing the story, man. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Yeah, and even with what's going on, man, I think the people who know this to me, they don't know the early stage of me when I was, doing fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she was out here doing
taking risks. We ain't gonna even say that. We're just gonna say you took a lot of risks, just like anybody else, man. You know what I'm saying? You took risks.
Yeah. Yeah, and honest, and I was probably one of the I was probably one of the worst kind of risk takers because I was always calculating shit, like trying to really outsmart the system type. Niggas look at me, bro. This nigga, he going big. I'm like, nigga, if I'm going out here, we gonna go crazy. You understand? It's like niggas, but he's tripping. I'm like, nah, nigga, because what's the point?
It's gonna be about the same time anyway, so you might as well go.
Yeah, so you might as well go crazy. Right. Go crazy if you're going. So and like I said, there's a lot of growth that takes place in and now. So for me, like when I look at this shit, I'm like, yo, I was talking to somebody earlier, and they was like, yo, man, like you build a foundation. When you build that foundation, it lasts. Like some people build foundations that are not designed to last because people don't know what you did, but honestly, I don't think it would be as intriguing if people knew everything that I went through and watched their growth. They see you now, so it's kind of like they kind of like, oh shit, he is this person now, but they don't know this stage, and he was here. I know him from this. His family's from here. He's doing this. He was here. Whether he was in BA, he was in New York, he was here, he was upstate, wherever he was at, and all of these travels. I think it's just I wasn't. In hindsight, bro, I thought I was ready, but you're ready in God's time, not your own. And it's not a super spiritual answer. I really live by that now. Like, I'm ready. I want this now, but bro, it happens through that consistency and just
the race is over. Right. Don't quit before the race over. Mm-hmm. That's it. The race is still on.
Man, and So I think for me, man, that was one of my the things that I use is kind of like, to get through. But like I said, you're around these musicians and you get to see that music and hip hop is so much bigger than 50 states in our hoods. And that's what we talked about division because I'm looping it back because this is important. The division that we have is designed as well. It's perpetuated because no other culture feeds each other to be divisive. Because there's no money in that divisiveness for them, right? Us, it's money for other people to keep us divided. locally and globally. Because when you go overseas, fuck, global markets, period. Black creators in the U.S., a lot of us, including myself, do not understand our global value. Meaning that we think if we don't pop in 50 states or you don't pop in your hood, then you were never meant to pop. Nah. Because if everybody here is selling Skittles and we making M&Ms, nobody fucking them Skittles, them fucking M&Ms no more. No, we gotta go where niggas want these M&Ms, bro, and load up the fucking plane and go dump the M&Ms off in Colombia, right? And come back with niggas still holding on to their Skittles and tell them about it. Because niggas don't, in our world, bro, money has become people God, right? So people don't care how you got the money, they just care if you got it. You said something about that earlier. People, you know, whether they hustle, whether they steal, whatever, there's no honor amongst thieves in my book. So I can never glorify that, right? But I don't judge them. I never glorified a lot of the dark shit that, you know, niggas participated in. But I didn't judge people because I understood through desperation, we make these decisions.
Facts.
And I don't have heaven and hell for nobody, so I can never say, you know, you're right and you're wrong is X, Y, and Z. So them keeping us that level of divided, bro, is where they make the money. Think about if generations of or different age brackets in our black diaspora, bro. You're talking about the shit that we pass down to each other. That means we would have a stronghold on a multi-billion-dollar industry. But we don't have a stronghold because there's no
glue. There's no connection. There's no
and who exactly? But who
the people who's running the show right now, who's making all these millions and billions of dollars off of us? Like, I've never understood that aspect. Like, you put your pain on wax, you put your story on wax, you put your life on wax, and somebody who don't really care too much about your life, they basically buy your records, they give you a contract. So it's like they buy you.
Well, you know what? That's very true, man. But think about it though, bro. If the Rolling Stones are on tour till they 80 until they die, Blink 182, Maroon 5, nobody says a word. Nobody divides their generations in that ecosystem. They don't have divisive press. They don't have divisive platforms. They don't have divisive language. It's
that ain't even coming over here.
Tolerated over here. No, right? But with us, because if you had a Jay-Z talking to an NBA young boy about money and how to, then why would you need labels? There's enough money being generated with these artists, but they think that they need the machine. You need the machine for press, media, for access and visibility, because they're using the same platforms that you're using, but they just have the relationships. So why? But I can't make money off of you if somebody a promoter in fucking Alaska, right, has $1 million for you. You don't know that show is going to generate 3.5, but you're going to take this M because I got an M in Alaska. But what if I say, Hendo, yo, you got $1 million, yeah, I got $1 million. You know what we're going to do? We're going to rent out the venue and do our own show out there.
Now we split in 3.5. No, we might split 2.7, give them $800K.
Yeah. You'll get a little taxes on it. But the thing is, we now become
the venue,
the promoter, become the venue, and the booking agent.
So that's 100%.
So
that's facts.
You cut out the middleman. And there's always been a middleman.
Not what they do, but what we do.
So I ain't even gonna finish the sentence, so you see where I'm going.
Now that looks like a form of a leash method, don't it? Look like a leash hold method.
Listen, we're gonna say what it is. Hey, listen, I'm just gonna tell you what I think. Listen, I'm a fill in the blank guy. I'll go. You know what I'm saying? I'll let people fill in the fucking blank. But what I'm saying is that What I'm saying though, bro, is that people think ownership is the key with art. It is, but it's not the total key. Because if I gotta go get and you look at Rock Nation and Live Nation, that's what that deal was about. Partially, if I had to make an educated guess, Rock Nation artists have the venues on lock because they have a deal with Live Nation, which is a booking agency, tours, and whatever. So if I did a contractual agreement, every artist on Rock Nation can now use Live Nation venues and what else? So everybody on the Rock Nation roster can stay on the road. So it's generating money for this ecosystem, this, and who eats the least?
The artist eats the least.
If contractually they didn't make it fair or advantageous for themselves. But most
in other words, 360.
Because you get caught up in this labyrinth of words and shit, and you think, oh, I gotta I'm on, but you really got put under, not
you got put on hold.
And that, yeah, you got put under the thumb. You didn't get put on. And I think that's where I seen a lot of niggas lose it at. Because think about it. If you have relationships with the venue and the promoter, what does the booking agency and the travel agent have to do together? Because now they have to route it for you. We ain't stupid. We know how to route it. Why would I go here first? Here? But this is also based on dates and availability, right? So now most people don't want to do the logistics of that. So you hire somebody to do it. So you third party it. You outsource it. So once you outsource that part, now what happens? Now you left with, okay, I got this money on the table.
How I make more of it now?
How do I maximize it? But if artists are lazy, you're not fuck the artist. Anybody, it could be a basketball player going over to see what up, Stunner. If you going wherever you going, nigga, they gonna smoke you because they know that we most of us ain't gonna do the level. I just want what I want, and I'm like, why do everybody do that? I want what I want. So you know me, I'm over there being
just being observant.
To the point. Tour manager gonna look at me like, yo, man, you're pretty intelligent. I said, why? Was I supposed to be stupid? And made him don't ask me, don't say no shit like that to me. Like, fuck that. What is that supposed to mean? Because I'm asking you where my per diem is at for the day.
The fine print. That's what you're saying. You speak in fine print. That's what it is,
bro. And I'm seeing this shit. I'm like, yo,
these niggas bugging over here for this money that they throw at them. Like here, I'm trying to figure out what's the XYZ, and they looking at me like, hold on, this guy's a smart dude. These guys over here foolish. Who's this guy right here? Now we want to know who you are.
That's what happened. To the point, I'm like, yo. So people, bring merch. You bring merch when you travel. But when you go to any other spot, if you go to Canada with merch, bro, Customs has the right to check your merch and
or keep
tax
it
you for that. Or keep it. So you can't just drag merch from country to country because you're gonna get smoked. You're gonna get smoked for that. So now you gotta find somebody in country to ship it to you and produce it, which may impact the quality of your shit because now you can't oversee it.
So now you're just leaving it to somebody else to put together for you, and you just co-signing it. And it could be a dud, and you just co-signed the whole dud.
Work. This is why with me, nigga, I be in here with the checklist. Like, hold on. I mean, man.
That ain't it.
That ain't
right,
bro.
That ain't
policy.
It.
That ain't it. My policy the policy I have with myself is trust but verify. If I'm doing business with a friend, family, I don't give a fuck if I love you, nigga. If you give me some money, you ball up the money, barbershop style.
Yo, this all
smoke.
I
like
got me. Gotcha. Good
yo.
look.
They hit me like that. Yo, hold on, cause you probably just niggas. Did you ever smoke me like that?
I ain't going in front, right? I sat in the barbershop and watched people do it. Like what?
Nigga,
you could have just said that that's all you had, bro. Right.
Give me my bread, man.
But I
gotta
verify it.
But I gotta verify.
That's like,
right? And
that's like taking the 20 and doing this.
Yeah. I'm not. Don't be mad. Know why? Because if you mad at
then you
verifying this shit, then you bugged out. Then something's wrong with you. Because if I gave you something,
that's where that saying comes from. When you go to pay somebody up, you're like, nah, you good? Hold on, nah. Count that right now. Then you be like, we good? All right, we good.
Because I don't want to walk out the door and niggas like, yo, you still to be $20. Nigga, I gave you everything. Now, what hypothetical? What if that $20 was stuck in my pocket? I'm like, oh shit.
Word.
Now I look like I tried to beat you because I didn't.
Word.
I didn't verify. I trust you, but I got the verify.
And I love you. Look, I love you. I love you now. I love you. And family, look, family be the ones you got to do it to. You got to magnify that shit times 20 now.
Yo,
hold up, cuzzy. Wait a minute. Let me count this shit real quick. Don't go nowhere. Hold on, man. Let me count this shit. All right, you good. Oh, cuz, you don't trust me? It ain't that I don't trust you. I love you now. You got.
I got to verify for our relationship.
They hand you now counterfeits. This is what you're telling me. They giving counterfeits now. I just don't want you to be counterfeit.
Oh. The other day I was in the Bronx, right? I had $100 bill. I had some pounds in my pocket that I had left over from the road, and I had $100. I gave the nigga the Jamaican spot $100 bill, bro. He gave me the $100 bill back. Said, "Yo, the shit ain't check out." My face was like, "Yeah, man." I said, "My nigga," I started chuckling. I said, "Hold on." I held this shit up to the light. I said, "Bro, you see the strip in here, right?" He said, "Yeah, but it didn't check out." I said, "You're not listening to me."
This seal says that it's official.
Strip. You can't. I mean, if niggas is that nice where they could put that little strip in there now, I don't know. Maybe niggas ain't got a van with that shit, but it's hard though.
You got to be part of the government to do that, man. You got to work in the Federal Reserve. Right. You got to.
So I gave him. So he took out $100 bill and he put my 100 on top of his money. He said, "Yeah, it ain't the same size." I said, "My nigga, did you try to swap my money out?"
Get my bread back real quick, sir.
So get my bread back, my nigga, because you trying to play me. Because how the fuck did you magically have $100 bill sent me?
My shit didn't check out. You in here with counterfeits, bro?
And I told him, I said, "I trust you."
Scamming out the spot?
Trying to put me in the blink. And I'm looking at this nigga like, "Bro, you're not making sense. Like, how the fuck you trying to blend me?" And I'm up. My shit is, I got this.
Give my money, sir. Give my money back, sir.
No way it's accounted.
Thank you.
Get my fucking. And I'm looking at my money like this, and I'm walking out kind of feeling
Make
funny.
You put like, your shit back up to the light, like you gotta recheck your money.
Because this is where we at. Trust but verify, man. And I feel like with any form of business, when I deal with people, bro, or any transaction, if I'm giving you a T-shirt,
right?
Yo, make sure that's the right size. Make
got to be sure.
What you said, it was okay, cool. It's not even a not trusting you thing. It's a verification that when I walk out this door and you walk away, we both know what I gave you was what you're supposed to have, and what happens to it after that.
Fair exchange, no robbery.
Don't walk away. Don't walk away. Oh, the shirt was ripped, nigga. I didn't give you a ripped shirt. I'm telling you. What if they they could have snagged the shit in the door, and then they looking at you like you gave me a ripped shirt because you didn't verify that the shirt was official, or the hat was, your hat was, the string was coming out. Nigga, that's not the hat I gave you.
Well, they stretched the shit out. Word.
Ripped it, and then try to bring it back to this. And
now they want a new one or a refund.
My thing is not about. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It was a kid from Harlem. I don't give a fuck. What is his name? Della Blino? Whatever the fuck. Nigga sold me some bullshit, nigga. I do not fuck with this brand. I saw Jim and all these niggas wearing this shit. So I'm in the store. They were arsonists. The hat was fire. I asked the nigga Jim where he got the hat. So I got it from my man. Gave me his page. I drive to Harlem. Pick up the trucker. Nigga charged me $85, $75 for a trucker. I know this shit was fire. You put the little, the workers on.
It's the support.
I know he.
It's the support, and you liked it,
right? But the hat, he had all this extra shit. I was fucking with it, bro. I put the hat in the bag, threw it in the back seat. I get to the crib, I open the bag, bro. I look at the hat. The shit had a ring in the inside of the hat, like somebody was wearing this shit. I took a picture of the hat, click, sent it to the nigga Instagram and his cell phone. Said, bro, you gave me a hat with a sweat ring in this motherfucker. This shit was dirty, nigga. What kind of shit is you doing?
That you
sold
wore.
me a hat, nigga, with a nigga that you had this shit on.
Sweating it out.
Summer, you was
Right.
indictment sweating with this shit on, and gave it and sold it to me. And how can I blame him? Because I didn't verify that the shit was.
You didn't. You just took it and threw it in the bag.
So, right, and he knew. He was probably hoping that I did that. I pull up. He looking at what you got on. He looked like a nigga that, you know, buy a couple pieces here and there. I threw the shit in the back. I didn't say nothing. Nigga put me right in the. I ended up calling R, and R called Jim. Jim ended up calling the kid. So I guess when Jim and them hit him, I think Jim or Austin has hit him. It's like, yo, you stole my man a bullshit hat, bro. What the fuck is that? Oh, now he want to hit me. He want to blow my phone up to come get another one. I said, nigga, you know what? I don't want to fuck with.
I don't even want the fixer. I don't even want that. I don't even want.
You can keep it, man. You gonna need it more than me.
Compromise the brand.
Business loan. Yeah, word. So
crazy. That's ill though.
You got to verify, man.
That's what we doing in 2023. Trust and verify.
You gotta trust but verify. I don't care if it's an email, nigga. Yo, what I learned in working in tech and cybersecurity, bro, that is like an unspoken law with us. We don't even talk about it. I trust what you're telling me.
Right.
Wait right here till I verify. And this nigga, it's like protocol with us. If you do something, yo, check my email real quick. Tell me if I made a mistake or if it's right. Only thing about this policy of trust but verify is this. If you're the last person to verify it, you get caught with the potato, nigga. If something was wrong with this information, who's the last person to verify it?
If it was you going under with the ship sink. We all know that part.
So that's the fuck shit about it. Is I want to be the first. I don't want to be the last person to verify this shit. Okay, because you want different sets of eyes on it. But nah, this is not about the Fitted Gallery. The Fitted Gallery is family. The
Fitted Gallery's family. They don't do that. The Fitted Gallery base Fitted Gallery base their pride off of their material. We know that. Shout out to Kev and all them, man. Yeah. Shout out to Kev and all them, man.
Yeah, like I've had hats from the Fitted Gallery. If a stitch was wrong, you could take it back. They don't even ask you if you put it on.
Taking that. Yeah, give me that. Give me that back.
They take it back. You know, yeah, and they'll make it right. But this dude from Harlem, Della Blino,
whatever he's doing,
Bro, I was so sick. I was so mad about this, bro. And I said, man, and this sometimes it happens when you try to support, you know, up and coming business because they'll cut corners and try to overtax you.
Instead of being 100 with you.
Like, yo, if this costs me $5 to make this hat and I'm trying to charge you $150, I'm bugging out. What's that, a 1,500% markup?
You don't even want the 100. You want the 1,500. You don't want 100% revenue. You want 1,500. But
the same thing is applicable though. Like when you think about it, when people was running around, they still wearing the gallery joint, right?
Yeah.
The gallery, the gallery clothing, right? Nigga was taking Levi jeans, bro, and flipping them and charging niggas $1,500 for these pants.
Niggas
just
in the blender. he had them smoothie style though. He had them so blended up they came out like smooth.
Yo, I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, this shit is and the gear is fire. It has a very I like to it's kind of a wash look. It's not too
but it's Levi.
I fuck with it. But I don't know if it's $1,500.
But it's Levi though.
For these pants though.
Levi get the drop. They gonna sue his ass for his lifetime.
Bro, Levi got their money. They don't care what you do with it at this point. He done smoked some. If Levi knew, they make their own brand. If they was smart, they'd probably go hit somebody up at Levi like, look, man, let's do like a capsule and take it out of here. But nigga, those pants were literally Levi jeans, and they were smoking niggas for over $1,000. And it was all over. You can look it up. Like, I just couldn't. I couldn't at that point.
Yo, somebody.
Because now people.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, as you talking about that particular thing, like people done did certain things like that. It takes me back to when, I don't know if this is true or not, but I seen live that one of the Kardashian girls, a worker or something, left Balenciaga and blew their spot, talking about they involved in sexually exploiting children. Did you hear anything about that? Yeah, some chick.
No, but see, when I get news like that,
gotta trust and verify.
I can't.
We gonna verify this, and if this is true, we gonna have to boycott Balenciaga, because that's where. That's not a good accusation. You know what I mean? That's not good things to be holding over you, man. But we gotta verify it. We gotta trust and verify.
Yeah. I trust what they say.
Now I gotta get into it. Right.
I gotta verify it. And I gotta find out what the source. Where did this come from? Like, who's the source of this information? Are they reliable? Right.
Now you got right. That's what you got to find out. Is their credit score, right?
Right. So their social media credit score, like how much bull, it becomes a whole thing now. So with that being said, man, I kind of just I ain't gonna. I'm really not into gossip news like that. Not saying that's gossip, but that wouldn't be gossip. That would be a whole.
Yeah, that's something that.
However, but shade room and shit like that, I don't even think I'll do. I
don't either.
People be telling, yo, you saw shade room. I'm like, nah, I don't know, man. I don't even watch reality TV and none of that shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because what happens a lot is though.
That's all they do. Is telling a vision. That's all it is telling a vision. They telling us what they want us to believe. That's all it is.
Yeah, I be watching like alternative media though, bro. Have you ever heard of a lot of the news in America, elite media? The shit is owned by 5 families. Like, I guess from what we know, like 5 families of 5 major corps. All of these people have one agenda. You know what's funny though? It's a movie out, nigga. If you in media, you need to
send me the link. Make sure you send me the link. Send me the link. I'll get into that.
If somebody in here, somebody in the whatever in this comment, what's the guy's name that owns Fox Television? Was it the Rupert Murdoch? Is it Rupert Murdoch, right? If it's him, it's a movie out right now, right? And it's a documentary about. Let me see if I can pull it up. Right? Let me see if it's a documentary. Yep. Let me see. It's right here. It's called A Rise of. This is it right here on Amazon, bro.
Rupert Murdoch, that's the guy. You said it.
This nigga, watch this shit. I'm gonna watch it tonight myself. This shit is crazy. He bought both sides of media. I didn't know he owned Wall Street Journal. I didn't know
he controlled everything.
He did. So he didn't care what
side
of the news you bought.
Yeah, it was his.
Fox Sports. It is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is Rupert Murdoch. So this documentary is a 3-part tell-all series about his rise. And like, bro, he came from Australia on some nutty shit, came to New York, bro, and took over. He owns Mad Media. One nigga. Didn't even get his shit to his kids. Rupert Murdoch, people don't know, he owned the same guy, Rupert Murdoch. He owned Rawkus.
Get out of here. Word?
So I'm trying to tell you, this is where the spiral, this is the proper spiral.
Ain't that, wait, Rawkus Records was what the record label Pharoah Monch and them was on, right?
Bro, yeah. That's why they never ran out of
crazy.
money.
Oh, I'm definitely tapping into this tonight. You got me, man. Look, you got me going. Look, I'm about to dig into this in a little bit.
Rupert Murdoch, bro, what made this shit crazy, he made his son sell that shit. His sons were running because they didn't want to do media. And he wasn't like really fuck. And the document,
he said sell the company, sell the record company.
Because it was making him look crazy on the other side. He didn't care. He worked for billions. Man, get rid of that stupid shit. We don't need that. Like, I think it is called Rupert Murdoch, the Rise of Rupert Murdoch, the Dynasty, Pearl. But the joint, bro, it's on Apple TV. So if I found it on YouTube, I'm watching it. We're gonna reconvene.
Factory, because I'm definitely gonna watch this. I got to now.
Bro, it was so bugged out with
Yo, this is great. 16.7 billion.
Bro, what we talk about? What we talk about, man? And his sons talk about some rap shit.
They said he sold most of his Fox movie studio, FX, National Geographic Networks, and his stake in Star India to Disney for $71.3 billion in March of 2019.
That's what we talking about. And do you hear people talk about him in the news and fucking with him? No, why? Because he owns it.
He decides what goes up. He's the one that told Bloomberg to run for president. He was financing Bloomberg's campaign. Everybody thought it was Bloomberg.
Yes,
Everybody thought Bloomberg was kicking his money. It was this dude. Yes. Oh yeah, it's deep. I got to find out more about this guy. This guy's something different.
Bro,
he basically runs the whole world.
Bro, he runs media. And when
you got the world.
Media, that's what you run. He owns both sides of it, the good and the bad. Whatever you into, I own that too. Junk news, I own that too.
He got something. He got something disclosed in his trust fund, his family trust fund. They control 40% of the voting rights of both companies. Yeah, this is it. This is different. I'm on this, bro. Factory. We gonna take this. We definitely gonna have a part 2 to this, bro.
Listen, I gotta dig into it myself, and if anybody's on this shit with us, we all gonna dig into this. I'll watch it tonight until about 12. But I'm telling you, I cannot. This Rupert, bro, he owns so much, and I learned about this at Fordham, but I didn't know this much about him. I knew that he owned a lot of shit. And I have a friend of mine that's one of his sons. And he because he worked at Rawkus, and he was telling me like, yo, I'm like, bro, how does he own? And he was telling me, Amir, that's why people's like, yo, how does Rawkus have money to keep these artists afloat? Because remember they was talking about they wasn't moving no units, but why the fuck I gotta move units if my fucking pops is worth $100 billion out here? Who guilt? And I'm having fun.
That's just an experimental company. He just gave his son something to shut them up. Here, y'all want a record company? Get the hell out my face and go over there. Now, if it don't do nothing, sell that bullshit. Yeah. I'm wasting my money. You're wasting my motherfucking money now. That man got tired of them not making no money. He said, I gave y'all $20 billion to make some money, and y'all ain't even make the $20 billion back. Sell that shit. That shit up out of here. I ain't putting that on my taxes no more.
Bro, he could have gave them boys a 50 million or 100 million to set and it would not have even.
Yo, this is different. Yo, you just put me on to somebody. I'm really going. Yo, this is ill, Brody.
Yo, and you got the Koch brothers, the KOCH. They like it's them niggas, Rupert Murdoch.
That's where Koch Records came from, huh? The Koch brothers. Koch brothers.
I don't know if they own Koch, but no, but the Koch brothers, they like billionaires. One thing, one of them passed, but they was like.
I ain't gonna even hold you. I saw something about those two brothers that was into the oil that had a lot of bread. It was a lot of, and two white gentlemen, wasn't it? Old white gentlemen. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is where it got crazy. Now, this is the funny part about it. And I heard you mention
right
Obama telling Bloomberg to run. When Obama got elected, people were so why is niggas in the chitlin circuit doing this poll tax shit? But when Obama, the day that nigga got elected, it was a policy that went through that removed the amount of money you can give a candidate.
It was only a certain amount of bread that they could use for campaigning.
You can only give, and no matter how rich you were, you can only give somebody $2 million. So he's worth a couple billion. What if you want to give his dude $100 million to help run? But by law and policy, I can only give you $2 million documented, right? Now this is where you have what they call dark money. So dudes will start these little groups up, the women left-wing women's group Westchester. They're gonna give you $2 million. So now the Murdoch could give them $2 million. They give it to the campaign because I gave it to them, and they.
So whoever I give money to, it's just like shell gaming. Here, you take two, you take two, you take two, you take two. Y'all all separate.
So yes. So so when you watch this and you reconvene with the conversation, you're like, yo, hey, that's bugged out. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. So the Koch brothers and these type of guys are doing, once they lifted that policy, so if you want, yeah. So what was that? Koch? Oh, that's Pro. Yeah. So what happened was once they lifted that policy, now you can give a candidate whatever amount of money, which then does what? It puts the presidential seat for sale.
It can easily be bought. Factory.
And this is how they talk. Right? So now, and this is what people were fighting about. This is what the whole argument is about. So now the highest seat in the land goes to the highest bidder. So if I'm Murdoch, Viacom,
what's up, nephew?
Peace, brother. What happened? So what happens now? If my candidate, somebody gonna give me $50, $100, $2 million to help them with their campaign, and it's going towards my company, I'm selling that.
Basically, that's it.
But there is there's a required amount by law that you have to give each candidate. But then there's a portion where if your channel or your institution wants to support this person more than the other because they match your views, this is where that other.
And he was the reason why he lifted that barrier.
Part of it, the Koch brothers, niggas like this, because now it put.
Yo, I'm just looking at this Rupert Murdoch dude. They just bought. I'm bent on this cat, man. Like for real, like Fox just bought Tubi. Tubi's the new media strain. They just bought that for $440 million.
Bro, you're not. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is the power plays that are happening, and we talking about scam money. Get it how you get it, but these dudes is playing hardball over here, man.
Look, they say Lachlan Keith Murdoch is the CEO, and Keith Rupert Murdoch is. They got some other dude named Steven Sylvester Tomsic is the chief financial officer of Fox, and Keith, I guess, Rupert is the co-owner, the co-executive officer. That's crazy.
Get rid of, and two of those dudes were involved with Raucous Records. That's how crazy.
Wasn't this dude Tomsic wasn't he down with them? That name it rings a bell. That Tomsic name.
Yeah, we can Google it, but what I'm saying is that we don't do the research of who's. So imagine, like we talked about earlier, you still go to certain groups to get permission to do your shit, and they control what? All of this. And you said, ain't that like having something around your neck? I said, I don't say nothing. I let you. But this is what I'm talking about. So when you got the Z's and the A's and everybody that's and the A's and the A's that's in bed with these people, and then you wonder why they get.
Yo, they said this dude bought the NFL and John Madden from the other 3 networks, bro. This guy dumb rich.
Yes. Rupert Murdoch did that. And then he started with that? Because remember, Fox didn't have a sports network. All that shit is documentary. Bro, the way he ran he's a gangster, man.
They said he paid $1.6 billion to drive the eyeballs to his new media. A few weeks later, he paid a smaller but still huge sum to hire John Madden. So they gave John Madden, had to give John Madden half a Billy or Billy, Brody.
Yeah. And we talk about rap money. That's why these dudes laugh.
This rap game is a tax write-off to them.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. But as long as they keep us separate.
And what do? How they do that? And you know how they do that? They pay you to promote violence, death.
That, and they put that separation. German.
Hey, yo, you a really intelligent brother. You know that, right? Very intelligent. Very intelligent.
I just be paying attention to the details. I'm one of those guys.
Trust and verify.
I gotta trust you, but I gotta verify my nigga. Let me verify
shit. Yo, you are ill for this, bro. Yeah, nah, this is my homework assignment for today. I'm watch. I'm gonna be on this dude. I swear everything I learn.
Bro, if you look at the shit he did, he was on gangster time. He bought all of the network.
They just
all that Fox shit.
I'm reading. He got Jerry Jones under the wing. Come here, little bro. Everybody knows about Jerry Jones, how he's so heavy. What?
Bro, they know.
He said Jerry Jones called Rupert Murdoch Mr. Murdoch.
Yes, he knows the bag is different on it. That man worth bro, you heard what they said. A couple hundred. What is his net worth, man?
They might not got enough ink for that, man.
You know what? I'm gonna keep it a buck.
They only giving you a piece. That right, but from what I've seen, it says of like 16, 17 billion. Of course, we know that.
That's bullshit. That's what. You know what? Let's keep that. That's what he's worth. What he's paying himself.
How much?
But if he's buying 22, he's spending $22 billion. He's spending $22 billion on.
He just bought a media outlet for $440 million. Right. That shit don't even look the same face you just made. Like what? That's just throwaway money. Like you throwing away $440 million.
And if you look at this shit, they had so many different numbers: 21 billion, 22 billion. Somebody saying 16.7. So he controls the media outlets. One shit says he's worth 25 million, bro. We know this is bullshit. We don't know what's true. There's no way he's buying networks for 70 billion and he's only worth.
Yo, they said that this dude got a portion of the NFC in football because they was going through yo, my boy, word the mother. It $15 million pay cut, and the president of CBS Sports was in a bind. How could he appease his boss and keep the rights to the NFC? He didn't. He sold them. Yo, that's ill. Just like you said, the highest bidder. Basically these stamps on all these things that we look at like in a big light. These people are looking at in specs like, I don't even want this little piece of. Get that out of here. Like, get this lint ball off.
Look at this. I'm gonna tell you how quick. The same son is worth 46 million. Your father is worth, bro.
Wait, you said the son? Come on. You said the son is worth 46 billion?
46 million. The other son is, I might have said a billion. I meant million.
The father gotta be about he gotta be about at least 50 billion at least.
Bro, he's Bro, he's buying companies for 20 billion, 70 billion. Granted, that's not what's in his bank account, but his net worth is. He will never put that shit on no internet. He can't for tax purposes. Why would he? He's gonna die handing this shit over to his children.
Al Davis and all these people was these people were secretly running the league, bro.
Bro, yeah.
This guy's different.
Fox Sports was born because
this guy's different.
Like that, bro.
He's different. He got Disney bought Fox for a couple of years for a couple of billion.
Bro. His trust fund for his family trust fund makes $12 billion a year.
I done seen it all. Look, I done seen it all, bro. This is it right here. Joe Biden said that man's the most dangerous man in the world. The president said that he's the most dangerous man in the world because of what you saying. How you gonna put that on him? You must know something we don't. Oh.
And Rupert Murdoch,
hands down. They said this man's the reason for the misinformation about the COVID-19, the vaccines, and
yep.
Yo, that's crazy. These people are be crazy, bro. Yeah, you got me, bro. I ain't gonna even front. I'm about to dig into this. I just want to thank you for tapping in, man, giving me some insight on some stuff. I want you to stay solid, stay grounded. We're going to get back on this volume, too, because you're going to know when I'm going to do this, because I'm going to do a lot of research, and it's going to come up, and I'm going to tag you, and we're going to get into this. We're going to build. We're going to invite people. We just going to share information. Yo, Happy New Year to you. Much love, much more success. Tell the family, brother. Send my love, always. And I'll get back at you in a later bit.
All right.
Peace, beloved.
Likewise, man. Will do. All right.